the new 4-lane bridge, little waterfall. And so we spent some time there and walked around, and pretty soon the sun went down and the full moon came up. All right, it's a full moon, it's a waterfall, and I had told the chaperone to get lost. That I have something very important to talk to Kathy about. And I proposed to her, and what happened after that? Tell them about the look on your face.
Yeah, I looked very surprised. And he happened to have a camera, and he took a picture of me. Going way down.
We destroyed that picture.
No, not with the ring.
Oh,
No, this way. Yeah.
No.
You're right.
I did ask her to put her hand behind her back.
What did you say?
She said yes,
Of
obviously.
course. I said yes. On
Well,
our first
I wouldn't
day.
Well, he did better
That's
than
why
I
they
did.
sent the chaperone
Really?
along.
I kept her out
But
5 hours after hours at CBM camp trying to convince her to be my wife.
Oh, no.
From 9:30 until 2:30 a.m. And all I got was a definite maybe.
Definite maybe.
Here she is today.
And she's been your wife now for how many years?
51 years.
That's
51
right.
years.
If
By the
anyone has
way,
ever seen a picture of those two at that age, you know that there is a God in heaven above us.
that's right. Thank you,
When
Brent.
her said yes to him on the first date.
Yeah, she said yes to me. That's a God thing.
And I was exactly like I was not as aspersions on my dad, but yeah, that was a miracle in and of itself.
Well, because she was already engaged to somebody
Yeah,
else.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
missed
I'm
I
saying.
know.
I've not yet broken it
She had
off.
already broken up. She broke up before she left for Mexico, but she kept the ring on her hand.
Well, but
So
Carl,
she was
I didn't
technically
wanna
not
leave.
engaged. She just had the ring.
I mean, I did want somebody to steal
It
it.
just occurred to him
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah, I was tempted to take the ring and pocket and buy her another one, but I didn't.
To save
I
money.
resisted that temptation.
That's wrong.
Was that Sonny before? That's wrong.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
did you break it off via letter? And
No,
then-
I talked on the phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
They had found
Back then,
That's what
people
they
talked
had
on,
for
back then, people talked on the phone.
It was a telegraph.
I want to
It
skip
was the
forward
telegraph
a little
machine.
bit.
His name was John, and you gave him the Dear
There
John.
were two guys
The
sitting
John Deere. That's where John Deere came from.
Kathy's gonna tell
on
about
our
the wedding
wedding
day.
day. There were two guys sitting near the back.
Uh-oh.
Both of them had proposed to me.
But we're not the guys you'd been
They're not the
engaged
guys she married.
Yeah, one
One
of them was a
One
guy
of 'em was.
that I was engaged to, and the other was a guy that asked me that was just, I felt like my best friend. I wouldn't,
So you got 3 proposals.
I had 3 whole proposals.
And how old were you when you got married?
How old?
Yeah.
How old?
She was
When
20.
you were married.
20.
We were 3 proposals.
I only had 2 proposals.
All you
Yeah.
do is go back and look at that wedding.
I mean,
I should have said no.
before I got
Saying
married.
what they were guys.
Yeah.
One I thought was a
Yeah.
joke, James.
Yeah, she was a beautiful lady.
He's
Me?
a banker.
I could have
Main
owned half
thing
of
I could
Kansas
say about
City.
me, I was skinny.
Well, if he wasn't
I was so
that
skinny, I had to wear snowshoes in the shower to keep from falling through.
He had to be funny too.
I was so skinny that I could turn sideways and stick my tongue out and they
Looked
thought I
like a
was
zipper.
In fact, I was so skinny that my striped pajamas only had one stripe.
Oh, y'all, and also when he ate a grain of rice, he looked like this.
The rice
The
looked
reason why I was
yeah.
120 pounds, so I was about
Yeah, I weighed,
5 years
yeah.
old.
Actually, I weighed about 135 by then.
What
I
did you
was-
have to deal with to go through the people at Southeastern Bible College who would tell you,
Oh,
you
but-
must come and get our permission?
Yeah,
Oh,
to get
yeah.
engaged. Well, our engagement was a clandestine engagement.
I'm gonna report you to
Like
the.
we have here, we have a
He's on
place where
trial. He's the
everybody,
president of it now.
Yes.
everybody got together, and
Called
we
the
were
snack
always
shack.
like,
We were sitting on
We
the
were
couch.
just
We'd sit on the couch and look at each other,
sickeningly,
gaze into each other's eyes.
stargazing.
other's
Yes.
They need to ask Southeastern and whether they're your parents.
Who was
Linwood Bowden. In
Oh,
fact,
you
his
had
was the
me.
car that I borrowed. The Studebaker car was the one I borrowed.
Judah Baker.
Wait, now, Uncle
No, he had a
Paul.
Studebaker car.
That's a good car.
That was a
He
really
knows
good car.
who, he knows
Laura,
who
you
that
had
is.
a question.
We both went to college there.
Oh,
Okay, I
okay.
thought you, I saw
But
you.
how many years later
Rebecca.
did they go to college?
I want to know who you had to ask permission from and
Tia?
who, how, what
The
that
Dean of
was.
Students, Linwood Bowden.
Okay.
But what about, and did you ask her father?
I did
Yeah,
ask her
that's what I
father.
wanna hear.
I met him, we were on choir tour that spring. And initially, when she called home to tell her parents about our budding new relationship,
They said, "Come
you
home."
yeah, you tell them what happened.
They said, you gone crazy,
Come
come
home.
home.
You've gone crazy.
Immediately,
You broke off one engagement
Yeah.
and got engaged
That's
again.
Yeah.
yeah.
They said you left here engaged and now you're engaged to somebody else. And you still have a ring on your finger?
What did Mama say?
That's pretty solid, Kathy.
That is
I
solid.
thought in, like, have a rope and a shotgun ready for it.
Right, we were on choir tour
You enjoyed
that
it?
spring, and I think your folks came over to Texas and we sang in Longview. And then we went to Shreveport and sang in your home church there. And that was where I first met Kathy's
Did
parents.
they say
What-
that like you
what was-
asked you?
I did.
What was that like, Dad?
He said, you know, can you support her? That was his main question.
Yeah, it was.
I said, well, by the grace of God, we'll figure out a way.
What'd he say?
And the generous father-in-law will do okay. They wanted a washing machine for a present.
They did.
Who, Mama and Papa?
No, Granny and
Yeah,
Granddaddy.
bought us washing machine. Yeah. By the way, our first apartment, and my mother and my aunt went in and did a lot of decorating in that apartment. And it was on the third floor. And it was, we had a little small 5,000 BTU window air conditioning unit. And yeah, it was one of those two apartments, Lindale apartment. Yeah, you're right. There was Linda and the Lindale apartments. That's right. Y'all know where those
I
are.
gotta tell this thing.
All right, tell us.
Well, Eileen was really big about, you know, supporting missionaries and so was Granny. And, that's what I called her after a while. But, so, those two, like this missionary, this,
Eddie Hudson.
homemade missionary from, was a missionary to Japan.
She was a member of Westwood
And
Baptist
she
Church.
was coming to town. So they volunteered for her to stay with us. We've been married about 3 months.
Oh, I thought it was less than that.
No, it was a summer late in the summer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyway, yeah, we do that,
Yeah.
disagree
We don't disagree about everything.
He agreed with you,
Go, Valerie. Valerie's
Maybe
just
trying to pick some fights.
the second child syndrome used to run in the difference between the parents. Peacemakers.
Tonight with us.
Blessed are the peacemakers.
And I burned the toast. That's my name.
Ah.
By the way, we were also dorm parents for the men's dorm, Lindale Apartments.
So they starved. They starved to death.
Linwood, yeah, Linwood Apartments, yeah. We were in Linwood, yeah. And one night we were having, yes, Donna?
Okay, so Mama burned the toast, but y'all were the dorm parents. So did they starve to death?
No, this was actually Betty Hudson was with us.
Oh, okay,
She was
okay,
just traumatic for Mom.
We were
Okay.
making a pie for a dorm.
Oh,
We were
okay.
getting all the boys together for a dorm, and your mom had baked a really nice apple pie.
Ooh.
And what happened to the apple pie?
Well, because I can't reach the cabinet, I step up on the step stool, and I had put the pie out of the oven on the top, and I stepped right in the middle of the
I like how Poppy took, like, finally noticed after he was married that she was vertically challenged.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know what he was looking at before, but.
Well, he was vertically advanced.
Yes, he was.
So they made up for it, I guess.
Rebecca,
How much did the wedding ring you bought cost?
Wedding
The
ring.
engagement ring. The
Yeah.
engagement ring.
You know, as I remember, I think it was between $300 and $400.
Wow.
Which back then was
Yes.
I was selling encyclopedias at that time.
Yeah.
Door to door. I was knocking on doors, selling encyclopedias.
Was that back in the day at Amway?
And my boss, Jim Lehman, told me the best place to find a helping hand is at the end of your own arm. You turn it into a fist and knock on another door.
That's the definition of hard work
And,
right
and
there.
I chose not to lie about the encyclopedias. I would tell them it's gonna cost you $369.50. And, but you can pay it out over 3 years. And you'll have a really good quality, so they were American People's Encyclopedia.
Well, I wonder how
And
much
that
they go
paid a
for
lot
on
of
eBay.
our bills at that time.
And
Yeah, and then later than that, I wound up working for Cook's Pest Control. And their logo was looky, 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 here comes Cookie. And when I came back to Southeastern as president of the college where both of us had gone, the Cook's Pest Control and Foundation became a great supporter. And in fact, Lynn Cook and her husband John are great supporters of our radio ministry now. And Kathy and I went to John Cook Sr.'s funeral, and the preacher got up to say, and the Lord was standing there looking down from heaven, and he nudged Peter and said, looky, 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 here comes Cookie." One of the best funeral jokes I've ever heard.
You still have connections with Dan Cathy.
I do, Chick-fil-A. I
Yeah.
text Dan usually on holidays, and he'll text me back. Sometimes he'll send me, he doesn't send me
With
money
his
anymore,
trumpet.
he used to send me
They
money.
have put up a brand new,
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A in Dolomite.
And Dolomite, I would not have believed that Dolomite was.
Well, it's not, it's technically in the Hueytown.
Oh, okay, all right.
But it's, you know, it's adjacent.
Well, yeah, Dolomite and Hueytown run together.
It's
You're
that
right.
Allison Bonnet,
Yeah.
what it used to be the Warrior
Yeah,
River
by
Road.
the way, the first church that I pastored was the smallest church in Hueytown, Alabama.
Yep.
The Hueytown Bible Church. We were rented a Seventh-day Adventist church, and then we built a small church building there. The last couple of years, or maybe 3 years, that I was in Birmingham was president of Southeastern. I was the pastor of the largest church, the interim pastor in Hueytown, First Baptist Church in Hueytown, which ran about 1,100 people on Sunday morning at the time. I don't know what they're doing now. But,
Oh, no, they have boom construction, deconstruction, come out there and tear down about 45% of their building.
Wow.
Tear down and parted it off because they didn't want to pay the air conditioning
Yeah.
or anything for
Yeah.
it, so, yeah, they're suffering just like.
Well,
all
yeah, I
the
was gonna
churches
say, that
are.
side of Birmingham, it's like Forestdale and Westwood and Pleasant Grove, they've all taken a hit. And all of them have moved to Wiley here. There are 57,000 people in this neighborhood, this community.
They've all moved to Wiley.
Yeah.
They've all moved away.
Well, except for the ones that moved to Rockwall. At Rockwall, when we first moved there were never traffic jams, and now there's a traffic jam. One of the things that Mimi and I have had the privilege of doing is doing a lot of mission traveling. And one of the really rough places that we had to go was a place called Bermuda. It was a tough job, but somebody had to do it.
Kristen,
14
did you go
years.
there?
We took a number of our grandchildren there. We took Anna there. we
Micah,
took
you didn't
Chris
go,
there.
right? You and Kinsey were the
Rebecca
outliers.
there, Yeah, so we took a bunch of them.
I think I was the last.
Some years I had to go 2 weeks. I had to go
Where
two
did you go,
separate
Micah?
weeks Sometimes. It was really hard.
Where?
And then we did one at the Virgin Islands. We went
Oh.
to Jamaica. We went to Europe
Gotcha.
a couple of times, had some good ministry there. We made where? Europe, yeah, that
Yes.
was Europe, yeah.
That's when the Berlin
Yeah,
Wall
Fred
came
helped us tear
down.
down the Berlin Wall.
That's
We rented
right.
a hammer and chisel.
Yeah, there's some enterprising Indian gents out there renting out hammers and chisels for
Yeah.
you to chip away at it.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris?
What was one of the roughest places that you may have gone that you thought that I don't know if we're gonna make it out of this?
The old red fort in India next to the Taj Mahal. On our first trip to India, we were literally mobbed by beggars. There were
Wow.
hundreds of beggars there. We had seen that Taj Mahal is one of the 7 wonders of the world. I think, Rebecca, you've been to the Taj. What about you, Hannah? Have you been? Where have you been? Okay, you need to go. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, we were really mobbed by people there. And India's been really exciting. We've been north, we've been south, we've been east. We were literally right on the border of India and Bangladesh. And literally there was a wall where the airplane landed, and I told Kathy, I said, probably Donald Trump built that wall.
Hey, Dad.
But he did, well, because
But
we
on
were
bump.
talking about the Trump wall over here.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Me and Donna were just talking about. Just wanted to say, the vast majority of people in here wouldn't. Most of us wouldn't exist if that hadn't happened.
Yeah.
And all but like 4 or 5 of you would would not be here as well. Wouldn't be so. Your
That's a
legacy,
good thought,
and this
friend.
is just a small slice of your.
There's
legacy.
still more. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there's a
others.
small slice of your legacy here.
Well, we're very
So,
thankful for
thank
our
you.
legacy. And the main thing we're really thankful for is the fact that so many of you know and love the Lord Jesus Christ, because
Amen.
He's the one that brought us together. It was our common faith in Jesus Christ and love for Him. And we've had the privilege of going to Africa. Yeah.
Mention what happened in Africa.
Oh, we went on the first day in Africa. We landed. We were excited because the next morning we were going to get up and go on safari. And we did, and we saw lions, and we saw all kinds of zebras and gazelles. And
Giraffe.
didn't see any elephants there. We
Didn't
saw
you see a
elephants in
giraffe?
India. No, there
Thought
were
you
no
saw a
elephants
giraffe.
in that particular thing.
Okay.
If you find an elephant in our pictures, I'll stand corrected. Anyway, we went to bed that night in a nice hotel. We're going to get up the next morning, catch a plane at 1 o'clock, and fly out about 2 hours flight to where we're going to be at Africa Theological Seminary. That morning I woke up and I could not wake Kathy up. I tried and tried for over an hour. And I finally got our friend Paul, who was with us. He was a fellow that's a friend, was in my Bible study and had gone along with us. No, Paul is his first name. My friend Paul. Yeah. You're hearing. We're working on hearing aids as an anniversary gift. I have one of mine, one of hers, and they work well in me. Anyway, I was really concerned. And so we finally called an ambulance and got her in the ambulance.
She was
And,
2 blocks away from the biggest hospital there, by the grace of God.
she wasn't 2 blocks away. It took us
A few blocks.
hours.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah, she was
But
very,
he's going
yeah.
fast.
We went very fast. It was about a 30-minute drive.
Oh,
but it
okay.
would have been about an hour's drive, but the guy, I mean, it was the ride of my life. I'm sitting in the front seat next to the driver, and I mean, he's going through, and I've been in traffic in India, Mexico City, and all these places.
Yeah.
We got her to the hospital. She is at the Aga Khan Teaching Hospital
Okay.
in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay.
And some of you have been to Kenya, and y'all know about that. It's a great hospital. In fact, where is Karen?
Where
Your
was?
friends, Nate has worked in that hospital. They took her into intensive care, and they diagnosed her with hypertensive encephalopathy. Now, that's 2 25-cent words. Hannah's a medical doctor in the room. You want to give us a perspective on that?
Swelling of the brain because of high blood
Yeah,
pressure.
injury to the brain because of really high blood pressure.
Yeah, what happened, Kathy had packed all of her medicines, and one medicine somehow slipped out and didn't make it. And that was her blood pressure medicine. And so we're 2 days into the trip, and we've had all the excitement of lions and other animals, but God spared her life. And not only that, she had really good care. I was able to teach my class on Zoom Didn't have to go all the way to the seminary.
Well, is that when you got to move to like a couple blocks away from the hospital?
Yeah, we stayed in the hotel.
That's
just
right,
a couple
okay.
of- Yeah, that's where that couple
That's
of
where
blocks
that couple
was.
blocks came
Yeah,
from.
we were
Okay.
walking distance from the hotel to the
hotel.
hospital.
Guys, this understates that when we were talking,
Yeah.
the three
I thought it
kids,
was-
we were planning for the worst.
Well, we
Yeah,
thought
they
we were
praying
coming
hard.
home.
Well, we were
We
praying
thought-
for the worst too because
We're
you
praying
know,
for the best.
We were praying for the best, but expecting
But
the
the good
worst.
news was, not only did they release her, she didn't have a stroke. If she'd had a stroke, she could not have flown back. They don't
Right.
put you on an airplane
Right.
if you've had a stroke. They said they did not have a stroke. We were literally able to travel back on the same tickets. We did not have to change
Yeah.
our flight.
And that,
arrangements.
because of the air pressure changes, right, Hannah? The
Yeah,
altitude
that's right,
changes
yeah.
is like, it's
Or
kind of a
maybe just-
miraculous thing. I don't know if that has anything
So
to do
that
with
was
swelling or
Mimi's
not, but
most,
I would think that would be.
Shall we say, latest and most adventuresome, shall we say, international travel.
Yeah.
You got to go on the safari
Yes.
before it
We
happened.
enjoyed the safari.
Well, and then after the day she got out of the hospital, right before y'all came back, didn't y'all get to go somewhere else and see animals?
We were going
Yes.
up to see the Maasai.
Oh, we went to see the giraffes.
Yes,
remember?
that's
Yeah.
the
The next
giraffes.
day we
Okay.
saw the
I knew you
giraffes.
saw
We went and
giraffes.
saw giraffes and
And there were Maasai warriors there.
They wear
Yeah,
red.
man. they
Oh,
were
yes.
colorful, too. Yeah.
That's
We
cool.
got a statue of them in our kitchen
Yeah.
up on the.
It's a beautiful
Wall.
statue.
Yeah.
It is.
So when did the honeymoon end?
When did I? Not
Oh, it's
yet.
still going on.
Still
What are you
going.
talking about? You don't even know him.
When,
Did y'all
when
see
you realize
No,
she
Marlon
was
Perkins
human?
was already dead.
Yeah, Marlon Perkins is dead. Say again.
When did you realize she was human like you?
Oh, hey, we both realized we were human very soon. In fact, those of you who are coming to church tomorrow will hear me confess that we are both human beings. I am preaching on how to have a gold medal marriage tomorrow.
Aww.
And, Kathy and I have done seminars
Dad
on
better
this in a number of states
Dad
and
better
also
come.
overseas. And so we don't profess to have all the answers. We don't profess to always agree on everything. Usually when we don't agree, she's right. But you know how that goes.
There you go.
But the bottom line is, the Bible has a great prescription for having a good, solid marriage. And there are a lot of things for single people to learn there too. So I won't tell any more about that. I don't want to give away the ship. But by the way, if you come tomorrow, church starts at 10:45.
And I'm
If you wanna
playing
get
a
in
special.
on a really good Sunday school teacher who's sitting to the left of me. She teaches at 9:45, and then we're having, I understand, another meal and a party, and
Feel free.
A special music in the morning.
yeah, Donna's doing a special music. All right, yeah, that'll be great.
When I hear the story Mimi was gonna tell
Yes.
about when they realized they were human.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're gonna tell the story when you realize
Mom, tell us a story about when you y'all realized you were human and not just.
On our honeymoon. Crossing over on that bridge that goes over to where you go to the panhandle of
South Alabama.
Florida.
Oh, to Dustin. Yes.
What did
We
Dad
got
do?
that far. And I burst into tears for some reason. I think I was hungry and I wanted to stop on that side of the bridge.
She
We
gets
wanted to
hungry.
get there before dark. And so,
Yeah, that's something you did. What did Dad do?
Definitely.
What?
have
Hey,
those
Mama.
kind
What was the first thing Dad did to let you know? Oh well, this guy bad. To let you know, hey, he's got some. That took the stars out of your eyes a little bit.
He drove across that bridge.
Well, yeah, but that was right. Oh, he didn't let her. He didn't. Oh, he didn't stop
He
her.
didn't feed her.
he didn't
You don't know about
stop for me
hangry?
to eat.
Hangry. That's
Yeah,
where we get the
1958
hangry.
Chevrolet, and it's hard
Okay,
to
I
stop.
got it.
We got no brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Because someone else in this room that is close kin to him knows that it kind of runs in the family. It can be a hot temper, but especially the redhead in the family. And he has pretty good control of it, and the Holy Spirit has control of it. But one time, it was when our friend Dory was living with us.
I'd have been very little, Mom.
Yes,
Very little
Karen's
Dory.
friend
You
Dory.
weren't. You were
Dory
about
and Joe.
16.
You were a teenager.
Yeah, but
Oh, well, then I was, then I would be, I
That
definitely
was the
don't
time
remember.
that cop brought you home and you said that was graham crackers in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
That's a whole other story.
Anything before 18 can't be held against me in a court of law.
Anyway,
Right.
one day, Dory cooked really good. She was a good cook, and so she would cook for us. And so she was getting dinner ready, and she was in the area where the kitchen and thing and den were. And it had been a very warm day, but it all of a sudden turned cold. And so Poppy put his hat on, his orange hunting hat.
Oh, I
I remember
remember
that.
this.
I remember that.
So,
Yes.
and he had gone outside.
And he had his black dress shoes on with his black socks on, but shorts.
Okay, she thought it was
Yes.
there, were you?
Yeah, at the Rowlett house. Yes,
And
ma'am.
so he came back in and he looked so funny, we all started laughing.
You
And
remember?
he hurt his feelings, and he jerked open the refrigerator, and all of the stuff in the door
Fell out. And we laughed harder, and that made him even madder.
I remember the wedding because I was there. I may be the only person in this room that was actually.
Sandra was there.
Oh, and Sandra was there.
And so.
She was the matron of honor.
When the wedding was over and y'all were gone on your honeymoon.
Yeah.
I'm there with Mother and Dad and Susan.
Yeah.
And we left, Keithville
Yeah.
and drove straight to New Orleans.
Oh my word, yeah.
And, that is my first experience, in the French quarters of New Orleans. I'm either 10 or 11. I think I'm 11.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you've
wow.
been addicted to the French Quarter ever
Well,
since.
yeah, that's a fact.
Including this past.
So I'm walking,
You
and
like
we're looking for a place to eat.
Yeah.
And Mother and Dad, we're looking for one restaurant to another. We wound up, by the way, at Quarter Two Sisters. Fantastic
that was-
restaurant.
Yeah, we've been
Food
there,
was
yeah.
delicious. And I can remember what I ate, which is stupid. How do I remember that? But I had turkey
I do
poulet.
too.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Turkey.
Turkey poulet.
Brulee.
Poulet, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's
a pullet,
delicious.
like a chicken.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so we're walking to that's not the important thing. The
Okay,
important
you're
thing
walking.
is we're walking down the middle of Bourbon Street at 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And I'm walking there with my mother, his mother, and our dad, and Susan.
Yeah.
And Mother is, she's going back and forth
Yeah, she
as
can't-
we go down the store.
If you've been on Bourbon Street before at night,
And this is, but guys, this is
Quite a-
66,
Right.
okay?
2 years before I was born.
This is not 2000. This is 1966.
Oh.
James, they're taking their clothes off. In there.
Well, you know what?
That would be Granny.
There were signs back then that said.
Peep show.
naked,
No, they said topless and bottom.
men
Oh my
and
God.
men
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't see that, but I saw the signs that would be
Yeah.
one here that would say topless, and one would say bottomless, and one would say topless and
yeah,
bottomless.
that is a really bad place. I took a missionary there one time who absolutely,
Yeah.
Hal Thompson, insisted he wanted to go to see the French Quarter during Mardi Gras.
Oh, no.
And we told him, you do not want to go. You do
During
not want
Mardi
to
Gras.
go to Bourbon Street. He insisted. We got there, we drove right down to the edge of there. He said, this is awful, get me out of here.
I'm gonna show
We
this to
told
Miss
you so.
Frida.
I
Yeah.
will tell you all the story about when we left the reception.
Can you add that? Were Mr. Howell and Miss Frida, did they go to the same school as y'all?
They went to church
Is
to
that
our
how you
church.
met?
They were living in Moss
They
Bluff, and
first
so.
went
Oh,
to
okay.
Community Bible.
Yeah,
with
they,
Mitch
yeah,
and them.
they had been
They
missionaries
were
out of Community
missionaries.
Bible, out of
At
the-
your church,
And
Mama and
church,
Papa?
Yeah.
Oh,
So Aunt
okay.
Sandra and your mom both knew them.
Okay, so I'm gonna share this with Miss Frida, so I was just
Hello,
wondering.
Frida. And please share this with Esther and
Yes.
Sarah and the rest of the
Miriam and Nathan, yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, all people.
The
we
Lannings
love.
also sent their love,
Yes.
by the way.
Yeah, I
Kate, they
did
sent
Hal's
over
funeral
some
service, went down there and did his service in McAllen.
Yeah.
But we, there was a plot to kidnap either me or Kathy. And I think it was to kidnap me.
Yeah,
And I
not
think,
me.
and I think Kathy's brother, Sandra's brother, Marvin, was the ringleader in this plot.
always the ring.
By the way,
Yeah.
He was.
by the way, her niece shows up on Facebook a lot.
Yeah, I know, yeah, quite often, yeah, I see her. So anyway, what we did, and I had made an arrangement with Bill Fair, who had lived across the street from Kathy. And what we did is we managed to get away. They thought we were gonna ride with somebody else, but, and they thought we were going to actually fly to New Orleans that night, so they all went to the airport. And we stayed in a hotel in Shreveport that has now been torn down.
Oh.
Yeah, and so the next morning, we took a cab and went to the airport and caught a plane. And I had already left my 1958 Chevrolet at the airport in New Orleans and had flown up there a couple of days before the wedding. So we fooled them, yeah, they were out to get us, out to get me anyway.
They
Oh.
were gonna kidnap
Yeah.
me.
I-
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, you or me, I thought they were gonna kidnap me, whoever they're gonna kidnap, they didn't get to do it.
I was easier
Yeah.
to kidnap.
She was little.
Now Karen is standing over here holding some packages, we probably